The CONCACAF 2018 World Cup qualifying is on beIN Sports. 7th round, Trinidad and Tobago versus Honduras. Tomorrow on beIN Sports and beIN Sports Connect.
The time is now. The battle is here. Exceed all limits. Right here, right now, on beIN Sports.
It's a tough question to say what I cherish the most during my time at beIN Sports because there have been so many amazing memories. But if we're talking about events that I've been to and I've been given the opportunity to go to, it has to be the Brazil World Cup in 2014. It was amazing. It was everything I expected the World Cup to be. An explosion of colour, people all friends in the stands, loud songs. It was just fantastic. We got to tour Brazil. We got to meet so many people, see so many teams, meet so many pundits who'd achieved amazing things. Just hanging out with Arrigo Sacchi and Arsene Wenger one day. Fantastic experience. Chile are trailing at home to Paraguay. An unlikely own goal from Arturo Vidal, just the second in his football career where he's turned it into his own net. But this is a man who all eyes have been on for club and country, Gary.
Yes, I mean, we can have a go at Vidal for scoring the own goal, but at least he's there doing something. Alexis Sanchez has struggled here. I mean, no assists, no goal attempts, nothing on target, 2 little chances created, a couple of crosses, a couple of duels. His pass rate's only 68%, so he's a man who has to step up, and I know there's all talk about him moving from the Arsenal, but this is not good enough. Chile need him second half.
Second half is just around the corner here on beIN Sports. We will be back to the Estadio Monumental very soon.
Why is their unlimited data so expensive?
See it all the time.
Who do these guys think they are? Ah!
So, you're ready to switch. Switch.
For the family. Flip off Metro PCS. Switch to Boost and get 4 lines for only $25 per line, each with unlimited gigs. With Metro PCS, you only get 2 gigs for the same price. All on the fast and reliable Sprint nationwide network. Plus, switch today and get up to 4 free phones. Enjoy your data.
We're gonna enjoy the crap out of it.
Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Money is like life. You have to decide how to get the most from it. And just like life, every decision affects every other decision. The trick is making good decisions today, so you're ready for tomorrow when it comes. So we made you some simple free tools that let you see how what you do today will affect your tomorrow. So you can make smart choices about how to spend your money and your life. Personal Capital. Get to know your money.
This land is your land, and this land is my land. This land was made for you.
One nation, one team. Let's all rise. Honduras versus USA on beIN Sports and beIN Sports Connect.
Oh yeah, you just realized you are not the same. There's something missing in your heart. Your colors might seem to have faded away in your day-to-day. But it's okay. The time is about right. The great thing about being away for so long is that people actually start to miss you. College football will be back this September on beIN Sports.
Saturday, the 2018 Africa World Cup qualifiers and the NASL are on beIN Sports. We begin with Zambia versus Algeria. Then, Gabon hosts Ivory Coast. And the NASL. Indy 11 takes on San Francisco Deltas. On beIN Sports.
Welcome back into your Express halftime show. Right now, the stats may be favouring Chile, but Lady Luck is the one favouring Paraguay, Gary Bailey. 1-0, thanks to an own goal from Arturo Vidal.
Certainly is, Kay. Look at that, 73% to 26. I mean, it's one-way traffic, really. Although, to be fair, from that, Chile have only had 4 goal attempts. Paraguay have had 3. If you go down to accurate passes, 289 versus 76. But Paraguay 1 up, and okay, if it stays the same, Paraguay will only be 2 points behind Chile, and suddenly Chile are under huge pressure to qualify.
So tight in that table as always. Thanks for joining us here on your Express Halftime Show, which was brought to you by Ford. Second half on the way next.
The Express Halftime Show was presented by Ford, the new Ford Fusion 2017.
Tony Gonzalez's career stats are legendary. So are his life stats. All the jobs his mom worked for him. The thousands of calls to her from the road. The 40 years of family dinners. Greatness is measured by the numbers, but it's made with a fighting spirit. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit.
Chances are, the last time you got a home loan, you got robbed. I know. I got a loan 20 years ago, and I got robbed. That's why I started LendingTree, the only place you can compare up to 5 real offers side by side for free. It's like shopping for hotels online, but our average customer can save $20,000. At LendingTree, you know you're getting the best deal. So take the power back and come to LendingTree.com. Because at LendingTree, when banks compete, you win.
beIN Sports, home of the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. The 5-time world champion is already in and faces Ecuador, who is seeking to get into the classification zone. The 2018 World Cup qualifiers. Brazil, Ecuador. Today on beIN Sports and beIN Sports Connect.
All quiet as we are in the eye of the storm. Chile 0, Paraguay 1. The own goal by Arturo Vidal, 25 minutes in. The difference in this one, it was Chile who were the aggressor. It was Chile who had more possession, but it's Paraguay who have given their World Cup chances a boost. Let's take a look back at some of the best from the opening 45. Claudio Bravo and Alexis Sanchez tied for the all-time caps leaders in Chile, each making their 116th appearance for the Chilean national team. Romero floats this one in, and Arturo Vidal, under no real distress, nods it into the top corner.
It's a good ball from Romero. It's too far away for Bravo to come out and meet it. And Vidal has to get a touch. He doesn't know that Gustavo Gomez is several feet behind him. And then Romero from the corner kick. This is where Paraguay can really have an advantage on the air. And it's Victor Cáceres, the midfielder, at the near post.
Meanwhile, 40th minute, it was really an onslaught in the late stages of the opening half as Chile tested Anthony Silva's gloves, and the Paraguayan goalkeeper responds.
Yeah, this is one of the few shots from distance. Chile, majority of the possession, but in terms of getting a clear chance on Silva, there wasn't too much to speak of. Really relegated to low percentage opportunities, just like that one from distance. And obviously, in the second half, Andres, Paraguay, the goal advantage. You saw them change their tactics right after getting the own goal, basically. They can sit back now, the low block, having tons of success and limiting to dangerous opportunities for Chile. And they'll just be happy hitting out on the counterattack. They do have a bit of pace through Miguel Almiron and Oscar Romero. And for Chile, just a way to find that final pass through. They're doing well to maintain possession in and around the box of Paraguay. The passing has been crisp a lot of the times. Seeing the fullbacks basically playing as wingers, but just not able to get that final ball. It's difficult when you're facing a line of 4 and then a line of 5 right in front, and there's so little space in between the two lines for Chile to really work their way in.
They don't have to look very hard, but the Paraguayan traveling fans finding reasons to celebrate at the break as the Guarani side up a 0-0 after the first 45. By the way, that shot that we showed you that Anthony Silva saved, still the only shot on target by either club, either national team, I should say. Meanwhile, Uruguay-Argentina facing off over on beIN Sports in Espanol. That's still scoreless at the Centenario in Montevideo. as Jorge Sampaoli makes his World Cup qualifying debut with Argentina, the man who led Chile to that 2015 Copa America triumph over Argentina.
And a chance for the dim attack.
Don't do that.
Dybala, Messi, Icardi. And a great chance for Icardi, who's been in sparkling form with Inter, to take the place, possibly, of Gonzalo Higuain. The line
wasn't even called up this time out. Higuain and Lavezzi both left out of the roster. Mascherano was dropped from being a starting defensive midfielder to a backup center back by Sampaoli. And of course, it's not just the Dybala, Icardi, and Messi trio, but the fact that Di Maria also starts under Sampaoli's World Cup qualifying debut with the Albiceleste.
A very attack-minded formation from Argentina. Speaking of attack-minded, it's usually what we get from Chile, but not able to solve the striker dilemma so far. Haven't seen much of Nicolas Castillo, who's been inside the box often against two Paraguayan defenders on his own.
It was Nestor Pitana, the official leading the teams out of the tunnel. I mentioned Pitana, a former actor in Argentina. He's got the look of an action star. Head official.
How do you say the rock in Spanish?
La Roca?
There we go.
And Fabio Bravo did not have to make a save. At least not from a Paraguayan player, but he was beaten by Arturo Vidal. And Chiqui Arce knows that it's a fractional, marginal lead. With 45 minutes left to play in Chile. Checks by Pitana. The ball rolls on the second half of the Estadio Municipal in Santiago. Alongside Mateo Bonetti, I'm Andres Cordero. It is match day 15. And World Cup qualifying out of CONMEBOL, and it's Paraguay who have the 1-0 advantage thanks to Arturo Vidal's 24th minute own goal. No changes from either manager for the start of the second half. It's as they were. Here's Aranguis. For Chile, that means Bravo in goal, Isla, Medel, Jara, and Beausejour along the back. Diaz, Aranguis, Vidal, the midfield trio. Vargas, Sanchez, and Nico Castillo, the attack. This is Gonzalo Jara into uncharted territory for the center back. He has to scramble back. Good pressure from Aranguis.
Yeah, just got a bit sloppy there, Gustavo Gomez. That's an area of his game he has to work on when he's in possession. Nearly giving the ball away, which would have led to a short field for Chile.
Well, he was active, among the most active in the opening half, Oscar Romero. And it was his ball from the set piece that led to the own goal. Here's Vargas. Paraguay with four along the back in front of Anthony Silva. It's Moreira, Gomez, De Silva, and Junior Alonso in defense. Samudio has moved up into midfield on the left-hand side, opposite Oscar Romero. Here's Romero winning possession back for the Guarani. Almiron, not quite on target for Lucas Barrios. Aranguis. It is starting to look like a back five in the second half, isn't it? For Paraguay.
Absolutely is. You're seeing Jorge Moreira just tucked in inside alongside Gomez, a central figure, and Pablo De Silva. Samudio and Alonso will just play as the wing backs, but primarily in a defensive role.
Aranguiz. Good 1-2 to find Charles Aranguiz in space. Has Mauricio Isla if he can lean on him. Managed to stay on side, bent in toward the back post. Arturo Vidal nods it down. Getting it away was Cáceres. He appeals for a handball, nothing given. Pitana in a good spot to see it. Almiron rolls it back. This is Junior Alonso. Settled at first by Romero, now Moreira absorbs the contact from Alexis. Cáceres. Gomez. One center back to another. It's picked up by Jara, who gives it straight back to Oscar Romero. Under pressure from Castillo, now dropping back to help in defense. Vargas put into stride for Aranguiz. And De Silva doing just enough.
Aranguiz thought that Vidal was just going to continue that run to the outside, and just a miscommunication, a blind pass here from Aranguiz.
Flipped on by Barrios. Zamudio chases it down, gets there ahead of Isla. Still Zamudio. Defending by Mauricio Isla, who's won a goal kick for Bravo.
Just able to knock it off the leg of Zamudio. Was in a good position, didn't have one target in Almiron in the center. It's good defending there. Isla was not really known for his abilities on the defensive end.
More wing back than fullback. Was beaten initially, but made up for it. Aranguiz for Isla. Vidal. Alexis Sanchez. Let's get through and just to get the ball back towards Arturo Vidal. Kind of just in the way. Vargas. Excellent control from Edu Vargas. Now Isla. Swung in near post. Probably not the delivery he wanted. Is Anthony Silva able to gather up?
Oh, well, you wanted that one to go to the far post, but needed to put a little bit more power behind it. Oh, Silva was going to grab it easy.
Chile made it to the round of 16 in each of the last 2 World Cups. And there's a Paraguayan player, Christian Riveros, is slow to get up. Round of 16 exit in Brazil 2014. Round of 16 exit in South Africa 2010. After having failed to qualify for back-to-back World Cups in Korea, Japan, and Germany. And also been as far as the round of 16 in France 98. In fact, their best ever finish was when they hosted the World Cup back in 1962, finishing 3rd place, losing out to the eventual champions, Brazil, with a young Pelé on the bench. Well, this will prompt the first substitution of the match. As I saw the number 6, thought it might have been 16 Riveros. It's not, it's Zamudio who is carted off. And so Antonio Barreiro of Libertad comes on to replace him. Barreiro making his World Cup qualifying debut. The 28-year-old has not taken part. In fact, this is only his 2nd appearance in an official match for Paraguay. He scored on his debut. Touched down by Romero, but given straight back to Chile. Well past 5 minutes into the 2nd half, but best of Chile so far?
Well, best of Chile, you have to perhaps look at the Alexis Sanchez, his ability to constantly create, worm his way around the opposition. Also the fact that he's always tracking back, he's always looking to be involved, and I think Chile really do use him as a reference point no matter where he is.
Kicked down by Barrios for Almiron. It's all the way back to Bravo. Best of Paraguay.
That's tough to say. Have to give it to the entire back line. Thought Gustavo Gomez and De Silva handled everything that was thrown at them very well. There was a constant onslaught from Chile.
Isla did manage to get in behind the defense, but Could not square the ball in.
Also the work of Oscar Romero, not just going forward, but tracking back, omnipresent.
Corner kick delivered toward the spot. Picked up by Diaz. Sanchez. Dangerous ball in. Vidal rises to meet it. Vargas! Just flashing wide. Corner kick for Chile.
Best chance so far for Chile. It's on the volley. It's not the easiest skill for Vargas. You see his technique, just hits it on that little half side-footed volley. Was not far at all, was it? Takes a wicked deflection.
This time Barrios deals with the danger at the near post. A chance to turn the fence into attack for Paraguay. Romero is upended as he runs into a brick wall of Isla.
A lovely touch though from Almiron. Very quick feet that time, quick decision making. And when Almiron and Romero start linking up, that's when it's really started to trouble Chile. Let's take a look again at that volley, which just fell to Vargas. It comes off the backside of Romero. I think Silva might have had that near post covered. It's coming awfully quick though. Plenty of power on that strike.
Here's Romero. Riveros. Kicked in by Romero. Trying to split two defenders. It's Christian Riveros who is fouled in the end, and a free kick for Paraguay. Well, like Chile, Paraguay are two-time South American champs. They won it back in the old South American Championship in the early 50s and in the Copa America in 1979. Their best ever World Cup finals finish was reaching the quarterfinals in South Africa 2010 under Miguel Almiron's current club boss, Tata Martino, who was at the helm of Paraguay then, now at the helm of Atlanta. There's Romero swung in. The substitute Barreiro gets his first touches. Moreira. It's a kind bounce for Paraguay. The offside flag stays down. It's a second for Paraguay. Victor Cáceres unwraps the gift. And the Guarani up 2-0. Deja vu, only this time in Santiago.
Chile absolutely shell-shocked. Paraguay gets the ball in a really dangerous position. It's a 2-on-1. Completely bamboozled there, the Chilean defense. That deflection right there. It's so unlucky for Chile. Again, an own goal and then a deflection, which really turns out to be a perfect through ball for Victor Cáceres. Right there, comes off the foot of Diaz, but it sets up Cáceres to perfection. Candio Bravo is able to get a touch onto it as the ball, it wasn't placed perfectly by any means. What a strange game. Chile not getting any bounces going their way.
Alexis Sanchez trying to find the run of Aranguis. Barreiro. First shot on target of the match for Paraguay. And it's nearly saved by Claudio Bravo, but only nearly. Sanchez for Bonsejour. Sliding into the 9 was Barreiro. It's a clean tackle in front of the referee, Pitana. Corner kick for Chile.
And beautiful work again from Sanchez, the quick turn. Lovely through ball there. Have to play everything through him, and Pizzi's seen enough.
Double substitution coming up for Chile. First up, it's the number 9, Esteban Paredes. He'll replace Castillo in attack.
Yeah, Castillo just has not been involved enough. It's been difficult, though. He's faced a really deep defensive line for most of the game.
Meanwhile, the fun factor ratchet up to 11 now, as that is Jorge Valdivia. A player comes off, a magician comes on. El Mago, as he's called. 33 years old, but still a delight to watch Valdivia. Swung in, punched away by Anthony Silva.
Saw some players personally to request Valdivia to be on the team in the last few years. Chubb.
Meanwhile, Paraguay threatening for a third. Chile do have numbers back, but this is Romero from the near side. Swung in back post over the head of Barrios. It's on target by Barreiro. It's stopped by Claudio Bravo. Arturo Vidal. Diaz, by the way, the man who makes way. Marcelo Diaz sacrificed to bring on Jorge Valdivia. Here's Bolsajor. The square ball is blocked by Gomez. Another corner kick for Chile. This will be their 10th.
I think it's going to be more of a 4-2-3-1 look now. Plenty of support now for the number 9. Paredes will be leading the line.
There's Alexis Sanchez. Squeezes a shot in, but just millimeters wide. So double switch for Chile. Marcelo Diaz out, Jorge Valdivia into the midfield. That maybe turns the triangle upside down now with Vidal and Aranguis behind Valdivia. Ball up top, it's Esteban Paredes who takes over from Nico Castillo. As we approach the hour mark. Alexis Sanchez forward for the newcomer Paredes. Taking on a trio of Paraguayan defenders and can only play the ball out.
That's been a problem, getting the strikers on the same page, whether it's Paredes or Castillo. Seen several poor touches from them, just haven't really been able to get involved leading the line. Have to have a really specific set of characteristics to play for this Chile side. And let's see how Paredes fares.
Paredes is upended right in front of Pitana. Ball does get through for Barreiro. This progress stopped by Gary Medel. It's a throw for Paraguay. Curious thing, of course, is Chile have had plenty of possession. They've had more than 70% possession for this match. Valdivia, the kind of player who helps your possession game with his passing, with his vision. Not really where they need help, perhaps in chance creation. That's why a defensive midfielder was sacrificed, an attacking midfielder brought on. That ball well off target.
Makes Chile a bit more dynamic. Valdivia, the big question with him is what kind of form is he in? His club career certainly not as impressive as what he's been able to do on the Chilean national team.
Valdivia. Aranguis. Charles Aranguis. Looking a bit static at the moment. La Roja. There's Valdivia. Flipped into the middle for Vidal. Vidal goes for goal. It's an easy save for Anthony Silva. Just past the hour mark in Santiago. Chile were down 2-0 in Asunción. Did get one goal back, but come away 2-1 losers in the reverse fixture back on match day 7. Find themselves in a similar scenario here. All of the goals back then were scored in the opening half. In the previous meeting between these two. Downhill football from Chile for Vargas. Isla.
Look how many bodies there are for Paraguay inside the box. Everything being forced out wide, where the away side has been rather comfortable, being able to handle all these crosses coming in.
Valdivia. Vargas forced to adjust to get there. Shipped into the middle for the run of Aranguis. Nowhere near its intended target.
There's a line of 7 just now for Paraguay. Every single Paraguayan player in their own half. And that's how it's going to be for the last 30 minutes.
Maybe that explains the inclusion of Valdivia. You need someone who can pick out those really small slivers in the passing lane, like this. The offside flag was up to deny.
Absolutely, someone who's good in close quarters, who is technical. The way that Paraguay are sitting back, might as well throw on every attacker you have. It's a good idea there from Valdivia. You still see the way that he's able to scan where all his teammates are when he's changing directions, makes up his mind so quickly.
One in the air by Vidal. Sent back by Morena. To throw for Chile from the far side. Isla. Vargas. Played down the line for Paredes. Managed to stay on side. Esteban Paredes. Isla. Really good ball movement from Chile. This is Isla against Romero. Sent forward by Valdivia. Isla, square ball, cross of the back post. And just took a deflection on its way through. It's Junior Alonso, who doesn't look entirely comfortable. Aranguis. Vargas. Valdivia. Do lean on him to be a spark of creativity. Vargas. Isla. How to break down the low block of Paraguay.
It's a line of 5, and they're all within their own box. The Paraguayan defender so concise. That shape. Not budging.
Aranguis for Isla. And to play it back across the green. Does find its way to Charles Aranguis, who's tripped up and nothing in it, says Pitana. Goal kick for Paraguay.
And Pitana thinking Aranguis went down a bit too easy. Seemed like a leg was stuck in his path as he was trying to go to the outside. Here's a better look at it as he settles it. A little nudge right there, but I don't know if that's enough contact. Christian Rivero's the one who just clipped him, but I don't think it was enough. Just a contact on his thigh. I think the second he felt the contact, he went down a bit too easy, Aranguis.
Here's Romero. Pressure from Arturo Vidal. Romero. Vargas won it back, but a foul whistle against Chile. Here's Arturo Vidal. One substitution left for Juan Antonio Pizzi. 2 alterations still available for Chiqui Arce. Medel. It's just enough off of it. Aranguis. Jara. Valdivia. And Alexis Sanchez. Aranguis can put quite enough on it to reach Arturo Vidal. Lucas Barrios could not win it back for Paraguay. Valdivia. Looking forward for Alexis at the edge of the area. Dispossessed as Barredo wins it back for Paraguay. Beausejour is there, tripped up by Barredo, and this will be a free kick for Chile, and maybe more.
They're doing so well, Paraguay, just to take the fluidity out of the game in this defensive shape. They're really nipping at the heels of Chile anytime they're in possession, trying to make it a stop-start affair. Don't want Chile breaking into any sort of rhythm like what we saw from Chile, maybe towards the end of the first half when I thought they had their best spell of attack-minded play. Again, there's just been no way forward from all these set pieces or crosses. Paraguayan defense has been absolutely perfect so far in dealing with these.
Flighted in, Silva punched away. And chased down by Jara. Vargas. Oh, he's trying to find Alexis wide. Quickly in for Valdivia inside of the box. Square ball back, looking for Arturo Vidal. Chased down by Beausejour. Gomez gets there first. Kept in and a chance now to counter with Barredo. Miguel Almiron. And Lucas Barrios in the 18 with a good switch looking for Romero. Intercepted by Isla. Ball does squirt through. Alexis Sanchez is denied by the flag.
Finally, Chile able to get a little bit of space as Paraguay temporarily opened themselves up on that last counter. There's another look. Oh, it was awfully close, just a step past the final defender, Paulo da Silva.
How quickly do Chile transition into attack when they're at their best? It's maybe their best attribute. Alexi's just caught offside.
And they get even more space. Normally they're leading games, which forces the other side to open themselves up, and that's where you really get to see the true magic of this Chilean attack.
Back the other way, Alexis again. The offside flag is up. Well, he's making the runs. The timing just isn't there.
Just a step. It's the right idea both times, just trying to get Alexis in his electrifying pace to lead the line.
Do you prefer this version? This is the one dropping back toward the center circle to help with creation.
I prefer this version for this particular situation, Andres, and really the first time Chile have seen a little bit of space in this entire second half.
One back by Arturo Vidal, taken away from Valdivia. Connected by Gonzalo Jara. There's Gary Medel. Here's Riveros. Well, second half getting underway over at the Centenario in Montevideo. Uruguay 0, Argentina 0 is the second half. It started over on beIN Sports in Espanol. Meanwhile, Chile's attack cut short. There's Gustavo Gomez clearing away the danger. It's a throw for Chile. Substitution, the second sub of the match for Chiqui Arce, as Victor Cáceres, who scored in the 55th minute, will make way. And the veteran coming in to replace him is Richard Ortiz.
He worked very hard, Cáceres. He was tidy with the ball. Got a goal, a rare goal for him. It's only his second strike ever in his 71st camp with Paraguay. Long-time Flamengo player in the Brazilian league.
Not a bad time to pick out your second international goal after 71 games. Sanchez threaded through. It's a good ball that did find Paredes. Alexis Sanchez is tripped up. Valdivia, edge of the area. Aranguis denied by Silva, left on her doorstep, and Chile pull one back, but it's denied by the offside flag. Wild scenes at the Monumental. A scramble inside of the 6, and Chile denied of their opening goal.
And plenty of penalty appeals as well on Alexis. I thought that the leg came out and just caught him inside the box. Let's see, was there an offside? Not there. And right there, Paredes on the follow-up. As the shot was saved, that's what the linesman is talking about. He made the correct call. But obviously the fans won't agree at the stadium.
Isla, put in the air by Mauricio Isla. Jaras dangerously played it back to Claudio Bravo.
Oh, that goal would have changed everything for Chile with 20 minutes left. Would have put a bit of pressure on Paraguay. The fans would have been absolutely rabid with excitement. Kind of spark that the fans and Chile really needed to get back in it.
Here's Aranguis. Edu Vargas. Near side is Mauricio Isla. They're queuing up at the back post. Arturo Vidal chases it down. Back in by Beausejour. Getting it away was the newcomer Richard Ortiz. Romero trying to get away, but under pressure gives it back to Chile. Isla. Aranguis. Plenty of touches in the second half for Charles Aranguis, who is the deepest of those central midfielders. Now Valdivia forward. Alexis loses his footing. He really had to take it down, out from under him as Antonio Barreiro commits to foul and picks up the yellow card. Debut yellow in World Cup qualifying for Antonio Barreiro. 28-year-old playing his first on the road to Russia.
Dangerous the way he leaned in with that right foot, the studs up, really going through the player.
Sanchez measuring up. Just 2 on the wall for Anthony Silva. Sanchez. Sent back by Aranguis. It's well wide.
I think that time Sanchez was going for goal himself, trying to find that near post.
This is the offside call. You can see De Silva is the furthest defender back, but it is just ahead of him. Marginally offside. It was the correct decision for the referee's assistant on the near side.
No VAR, no problem. We have those sorts of images.
Knocked it down by Medel. Gonzalo Jara. Séjour not able to adjust in time. To throw for Paraguay. Well, coming into this contest, the entire Paraguayan lineup, more on that in a moment. It's Almirón getting away from Gary Medel. And Claudio Bravo. Last line of defense.
Very quick, isn't he, Almirón? A bit awkward when he's in full stride. Not the most graceful with the ball at his feet, but he is supremely talented and also seems very direct when he gets the ball, doesn't he, Almirón? Constantly attacking the players and just maybe needs to put a bit more weight on to be able to hold off the defender. Seems very frail physically.
Already 8 goals in Major League Soccer for Miguel Almirón. Post Arturo Vidal there to deal with that danger, and it's opening up now for Chile to try and pull one back. It's Vargas. Still Vargas, but scrambling back. It's Almirón.
It's excellent. That's the way you're going to endear yourself to the fans. It's his 11th cap and showing why he's been so important in the last few months.
Aranguis bends it in, looking for Arturo Vidal. Settled by Barrios. Good ball from Romero. It's Lucas Barrios. It's brought down by Charles Aranguis from behind. That'll be a yellow card for the midfielder. For Aranguis, it's his 4th yellow. That will mean an automatic 1-game suspension. In more immediate danger, Chile down 2 goals with only a quarter of an hour left. And there's a lapse in judgment from Jorge Moreira. Lapse in concentration from the Paraguay right back. Vargas. As his pocket picked by Junior Alonso. Now starts the attack for Paraguay. Almirón has won it off of Gary Medel. Gonzalo Jara is there for help.
Put in quite a shift, hasn't he, Miguel Almirón? So quick with the ball and disrupted a Chilean counter just moments ago. I think he's been brilliant.
Sanchez, that's a good ball to get it into the attacking third for Paredes. Is there a way back for the South American champions? They were stunned in Asunción by the Guarani. Valdivia. Medel getting involved in the attack. Into the area for Isla. It's De Silva who's last to touch it. Corner kick for Chile. So for Aranguis, by the way, he'll sit out the trip to La Paz, Bolivia. Bolivia is still to play on this match day 15. They'll be in action here on beIN Sports later tonight as they visit Lima, Peru. Vargas, outswinger. Punched away by Silva, who's commanded the air. Headed away by Barrios. It's knotted down by Almirón. Moreira now on the near side, showing a lot of the ball to Gonzalo Jara. He gets across Jara, but he'll pick up a yellow card for the foul. Second yellow for Jara. He'll sit out a 1-game suspension. Second of the qualifiers, that is.
Just completely whiffed on the ball. It's all the foot, though. It's a very frustrating evening for Chile. And Andres, we talked about all the scarcity in points and how close the table is, other than Brazil, who have already qualified, really putting a lot of pressure on Chile, a team that you'd expect to make it to the World Cup a lot easier than what they've shown in these qualifiers.
Well, just about 12 minutes left. That'll do it for Miguel Almiron after giving a good account of himself. He'll make way as Carlos Rolón checks in for his qualifying debut, the 25-year-old.
Almiron looks absolutely gassed as well. He's not taking that much time here to get off the pitch. I thought he was very quick, decisive with the ball at his feet. He tracked back, helped his defense, and good in link-up as well, the Atlanta United man. Nice performance. I think Almiron certainly solidifying himself as an every-game starter for Paraguay.
Romero, it's it bending into the back post. Just wide, Junior Alonso, no, Gustavo Gomez diving to meet it.
Open header for the Milan man. Great delivery again. Romero's put into several pearls, one that led to the own goal, and there Gomez is trying to find the far post. Bravo had the near one covered. Wasn't too far.
And the third and final substitution for Chile as well as Fabian Orellana will check in. And Gonzalo Jara, fresh off picking up that yellow card, will make way. So Paraguay take out an attacker, put in a defender. Yep. Chile take out a defender, put in an attacker.
And a very quick technical player in Orellana, who's good in tight spaces, but take out a defender. Vidal's just going to play a little bit deeper now to provide some cover. It's only one center back in the game, and Gary Medel.
For Orellana, it's his 40th cap. Yet to score in these World Cup qualifiers. Does have 2 international goals, though, for his career. And it's Isla who commits the foul this time.
It's turned to a back 3 now for Chile.
He's late arriving, Mauricio Isla. And the way that Pitana had been handing out yellow cards over this passage of plays, maybe lucky to escape one. Flicked on nicely by Barrios. This is Junior Alonso, dangerous ball in. Barreiro could not make contact. Well, Paraguay have had some chances to get a third. Sanchez. The foul going his way is Jorge Moreira, the guilty party. Valdivia, 10 minutes left to play in regulation. Trying to find the run of Mauricio Isla. Carlos Rolón was there.
Look at how that play developed. The second goal, really just a mixture of unlucky bounces and deflections for Chile, which allowed Cáceres to be sprung through.
And again, just his second international goal. Meanwhile, here's Vargas.
What a challenge.
Fresh legs of this substitute, Rolón. Fresh legs of the starter, Romero. Barrios. It's a short pass from Lucas Barrios, but Gary Medel gives it back. Barreiro is brought down. A free kick coming up for Paraguay.
It's a few times now that Barrios has misplaced a pass, trying to help on the counter by dropping deep and holding up the defender, but there just needed a right ball to spray it wide.
Bravo asking how much time was left. Just about 10 minutes, he said. It's slightly less than that, but stoppage time could take it to about 10 minutes. Oscar Romero drives it past the wall, and Bravo sure-handed. Isla. Chile trying to pull off a miracle now. They're still inside of the top 4 for a direct qualifying berth. Going for Arturo Vidal. Not taking any chances. Gustavo Gomez just puts it out of play. Paredes restarts quickly to Alexis Sanchez. Working against Moreira. Valdivia gets there. Meder. He's joined by Aranguis as a sort of emergency center back now, Charles Aranguis. There's Valdivia, difficult to dispossess. Vargas squeezes it through for Vidal. Back the other way, Romero. Skipping past the challenge, Barrios. And Balsejor commits to foul, more on the way as a yellow card showed to Jean Balsejor.
One-man counterattack there. Romero, another player who must be absolutely winded for the work that he's put in. Maybe Paraguay's best performer. Look at that shiftiness right there. Chilean players like their traffic cones, and ultimately had to be taken down. A tactical foul to limit his run up the field.
One of a few fans making for the exits with 6 minutes left in regulation. Chile dug themselves in a 2-goal hole. It was the Arturo Vidal own goal in the 24th. Really a spectacular own goal, except he didn't mean it. And Victor Cáceres doubled his international goal tally when he scored in the 55th minute to double the lead for Paraguay. Chile did beat the Paraguayans the last time Paraguay visited in World Cup qualifying, but the 2 times before that, Guarani side got the results. Looks as though they may make that 3 out of 4.
Carves out a rather intimidating figure, doesn't he, Pitana? Large one as well.
Maybe featured in scary films. Former actor. Four consecutive losses for Paraguay. Of course, 3 of those were international friendlies against France, Peru, and Mexico. But now allowing themselves to dream of a potential spot in Russia 2018. You see Christian Riveros limping off. All 3 substitutions have already been made. So for the moment, Paraguay down to 10 men. Here's Vidal. Isla. Valdivia. Aranguis. Alexis Sanchez is slow to get up, but now back on his feet. Isla. Just a wall of gray shirts just outside of the area. Aranguis. It's Arturo Vidal. Close range. Silva denies. Offside. Vidal in some discomfort.
So is the goalkeeper there. Lovely attack from Chile. And a really violent clash between Silva and Vidal. Oh, look at that lovely side-footed flick from Paredes. Aranguis there just trying to find the run of Vidal, who was offside, and of course clattering right into the gloves of Silva. Doesn't look in any shape to continue.
2 Paraguayans now down. The other is Gustavo Gomez. Did not see the contact that brought down the Milan man. Precious seconds ticking off the clock for Chile. Pitana will keep that in mind when considering stoppage time. This, Mateo, could spark a remarkable turnaround for Paraguay, who remain on the outside looking in to the qualifying picture. But the Albirroja, they've lost 5 of the last 7 games in World Cup qualifying. They conceded 14 goals in that stretch, scoring only 4. And today they've scored 2, created at least 2 more.
Well, it's been
they've kept the clean sheet for now.
It's been the usual cast of characters for Chile that we saw under Sampaoli, but just haven't played with the same success under Pizzi. It seems like something has been missing. And the results have showed. Also a factor of a lot of the teams in South America continually getting better, and even the parity being incredible. Very
Looks
difficult
to be just a cramp for Christian Riveros. Gustavo Gomez went down with no contact, favoring his shoulder. Anthony Silva was already
bizarre.
laying down. Everyone miraculously okay.
Miraculous.
2 minutes left in regulation. Match day 16 in South America's World Cup qualifiers. We'll see Chile travel to La Paz, Bolivia on September 5th. Paraguay will return back to Asunción. They'll play host to Uruguay. Vargas. Orellana. Orellana had already gone. Not the best communication there between the two Chileans. And now Barrios back the other way. Into stride for Moreira. Muscled off the ball by Alexis Sanchez. All-time caps leader and goal scorer for Chile. Level on caps, of course, of Bravo. Valdivia. Aranguiz. This is Beau Séjour. Orellana tries to squeeze it through. It's blocked by Barreiro. Quickly in for Valdivia. Sanchez. Scoop to the back post. Isla trying to adjust to get there. He does. Vargas. Valdivia. The Paraguayans hanging from the crossbar, defending very deep. Isla swung into the 6. Silva retreats. And Gomez bails him out.
Maybe a bit of mistake there from Silva. He was coming out, and then he inexplicably put the brakes on. Maybe Gomez telling him to do so, but I thought that was one the goalkeeper could have handled easy.
Aranguiz to take the corner quickly for Chile as the 90 minutes are up. Isla. 5 minutes added on, a minimum 5 minutes of stoppage time. The ball inside of the area for Chile. It's Alexis. The offside flag was up against Paredes, not Alexis, on the previous pass.
Le solicitamos a los hinchas de Paraguay, una vez finalizado el encuentro, permanecer en el estadio. Gracias.
5 added minutes. A lifeline for Chile. There were 2 balls on the pitch. Alexis would have been offside for either one. It's a late flag from the referee's assistant on the near side. Valdivia. Now Barrios back the other way, one-on-one against Medel. Good anticipation from the pit bull. One back by Christian Riveros, but not before the foul. Isla. Vidal. Aranguiz. Valdivia gets it wide. Orellana leading for the run of Beau Séjour. Sanchez. A wall that refuses to budge just in front of the 18-yard box. Gomez, a strong header away, straight to Medel. Now it's Aranguiz. Mauricio Isla. Arriving now, Valdivia. Here's Alexis Sanchez trying to find an opening. Instead, he's dispossessed. Now back the other way comes Oscar Romero. 3 against 2. Paraguay have numbers as they look for a third. Near side, it's Ortiz. Point blank, Ortiz to put the match away. It's Chile 0, Paraguay 3. Dreams of Russia alive and well for the Guarani.
It was a must-win game for them to have hope for Russia. And again, Chile committing everyone forward. They had to. And that's been opening up tons of spaces for Paraguay to hit on the counter just like this, a 3-on-2. Romero waits and waits for the perfect run to be made. And he slips in this through ball, sets up the one-on-one against Claudio Bravo. Right there, Romero moving centrally. Options on either side. But Medel commits to Romero, and that allows the run to be made. Beautiful finish in the end as well. Absolutely clinical, but hats off to Romero, who's been so vital for Paraguay in this defensive stance, hitting out on the counter, his vision, pace. What a brilliant, unexpected result for Paraguay. No one could have seen this coming.
Well, the side that had scored just 13 goals in 14 World Cup qualifiers has come into Santiago and put 3 past the South American champs. Romero dispossessed. Tired legs beginning to wobble. Vidal. Lazy pass. It's one back by the Guarani.
Brilliant.
It's Riveros. As Medel steps forward to win it back for Chile.
He's done so well. Cristian Riveros alongside Victor Cáceres for most of the game. Those two have really been the anchors, holding down the forward and also not giving many balls away in possession.
Into the area now for Orellana. Denied by the slide of Gustavo Gomez. Final seconds of the 5 minutes added on. Captain play by Beausejour. Valdivia sliding in to win it back. Nothing doing, says Pitana. Play on. Tireless Romero. It's brought down by Vidal. Arturo Vidal picks up a yellow card. That's his 5th of World Cup qualifying.
Watch out. We'll see some hot heads for Chile, and Vargas saying that Romero made the most out of it. No rush to get up, obviously. That should be the last play of the game.
Well, 5 minutes were added on. 5 minutes have expired. It's the 96th minute. And Paraguay looking to right their course toward Russia 2018. They'll still be outside of the direct qualifying places. They'll still be outside of the Intercontinental playoff.
Didn't seem like there was clean contact on Romero. 2 players went in to slide, but none of them making clean contact. Obviously, Romero just staying down those extra few seconds longer, much to the dismay of the Chilean players. This is current altercation.
Paraguay failed to qualify for the World Cup in Brazil after making it to 4 straight World Cup finals tournaments. They were in very serious danger of missing out on Russia 2018. This will go a long way on getting back on the right track. Junior Alonso gets things restarted. Pitana takes the whistle to his mouth. That's final in Santiago. Chile 0, Paraguay 3. Arturo Vidal's own goal opened the scoring. And then unanswered goals by Paraguay as Victor Cáceres doubled the tally. Richard Ortiz in the 93rd minute. And Oscar Romero takes our forward man of the match.
Yeah, he deserves it. Tireless work rate, set up that final goal, and also provided some of the trickery and guile in the midfield, cutting in from a wide position. And this was the final straw to give Paraguay 3 points, which keeps them very much alive.
Well, Chile will be forced to do some soul searching. They've been beaten handedly at home, 3-0 by Paraguay. The Chileans still on the inside, the Paraguayans still outside looking in. We'll see you again September 5th for Matchday 16.
This CONMEBOL World Cup qualifier was presented by Ford, the new Ford Fusion 2017, AT&T, and Modelo Especial, Brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925.
End of civilization.
We don't just want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live. With DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York. Jets in LA. Bears in New Orleans. Or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast.
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Sailing away on the crest of a wave, it's like magic. All rolling and riding and sleeping and sliding, it's magic.
Introducing the all-new Volkswagen Tiguan, the new king of the concrete jungle.
400 horsepower, towing capacity of 9,000 pounds. It's got a best-in-class 34-foot units of beast.
Hey, with TireRack.com, at least you know you were smart about your tires. Oops. Right now, you can get up to an $80 prepaid MasterCard when you buy a set of 4 select winter or snow tires. For details, go to TireRack.com. Find